Hello, it's Ranger Emily here. It feels like ages since I've been on the podcast, but I have been tuning in as my life has been getting a little bit busier, and I've been really enjoying the episodes and the talks hosted by my fellow Rangers and volunteers, and of course by Michael Schilling, the producer of this podcast. This episode today is about pocket parks. Some of you might be familiar with the concept of pocket parks. There was an initiative run in the mid-2010s by the Mayor of London across the city. It resulted in the creation of over 100 pocket parks across 26 boroughs, many of which are still going strong today, and I believe many of which are probably being actively managed by some of our ranger community. The idea is you take these neglected urban spaces, perhaps where there's a lot of litter, and you turn them into these small, accessible green spaces for communities to be able to use, perhaps growing flowers or planting food or just finding a space to come together and perhaps enjoy a bit of quiet in the hubbub of daily London life. So I found out about this pocket park being opened up at my local station, Coulsdon South. Coulsdon South is on the Thameslink and the Southern Lines. You've probably heard me talk about it before because it's the gateway to Farthing Downs, which is quite frankly one of the best walks you can find in the Greater London area. So I highly recommend it. But my local community gardeners, who I connect with through a WhatsApp group, were also involved in the opening of this pocket park. So I went down there to have a chat with some of the organisers who were very busy building planters and putting soil and flowers in the various different flower beds and putting up signs to encourage people to visit the pocket park. And what's fantastic about this is it's not only community volunteers who are just wonderful and fantastic people, but it's also a collaboration with Go Via Thameslink Railway, and we had Rob Whitehead, who is Community Engagement Manager, along with Dean Underwood, who is Station Manager for the High Weald area. So they have been driving this initiative across stations even outside of London. So it was great to meet them and to meet some of the other volunteers. And what's also wonderful is I go past this pocket park quite often, going to and from Coulsdon South Station, and it does make a difference. As the seasons are changing and the mornings are a bit more grey and dreary, it is nice to see this little patch of green. Even if the flowers are hiding themselves away for the winter season, it still has lovely signage around, and it still looks like an inviting place to be. And I do see groups of people gathering there, perhaps waiting for a taxi or meeting friends or waiting for a train. I look forward to seeing it kind of blossom again in spring, but it's definitely being utilised in the way it should be. So I hope this can perhaps inspire some of you to think about some of those underutilised urban areas near you and perhaps how they could be harnessed for pocket parks and bringing communities together, especially around stations. I'm going to be looking out for many more of these pocket parks that pop up all over the city. So thanks for listening, and I will see you again soon.
London has been given the first ever national park city status.
London, the world's first national park city.
Come and enjoy, because life's too short, really and truly.
And London, wow, what an amazing city.
So, greener,
healthier,
and wilder.
The reason we done this was because it was we've got a load of cyclists. We've got a cyclist group that meet up here, but they meet up in the car park. So to try and get them away from the car park in somewhere nice.
Oh, okay.
That is how the idea came about.
Right, okay. So the cyclists can come in here and chill. Yeah.
Anyone can.
Yeah.
Yeah, get coffee from there and then,
That's the whole idea. And it's like, then it went from that to having like a little educational area there.
Yeah.
So for Cubs, Scouts, it's like the adults with learning needs, we've got a school just down the road. They can come in and they can do it's like rail safety tours. So we can give them a little safety lesson, so that's the track, don't touch it. That's the area you don't go beyond.
Yeah.
Everywhere else is fine. Then take them for a little trip either to Purley or Brent Hill, for example. Let them walk around the station, see what's all about. Try and get them into rail travel.
Yeah.
Or travelling safely on the rail.
Yeah, no, definitely. Very cool. No, that sounds...
What's your name? What's your role? Like, your full, if you're happy to tell the podcast, your full name.
Yeah, my name's Dean Underwood. I'm a station manager for the High Weald area.
Oh, okay, yeah. Cool. And how long have you been doing that?
Ooh, fair while.
Don't want to say.
Oh, no, well, I've been on the job the railway for 25 years.
Yeah.
for the High Weald area, I've been on the area since 2022. So, yeah.
Okay.
For me, no, it's all about community.
Yeah.
That's it. That's where it stops, community. It's all about, we give this now to you guys, and then the Hive, the community, if they want to improve it, make more additions, working with us, that's what we're going to do. So this is a project that doesn't have an end date.
Yeah, that's good.
And the college involved with,
Yeah,
they painted that.
Yeah.
So who painted all the benches then? Was that the college as well?
No, that was our maintenance team.
Oh.
So we have a maintenance team within GTR, and they cover up from Pete all the way down to Brighton. And they do all the maintenance. So when we came up to them with the idea, because we had a small budget, and we asked if we could, what can you do? And them being them, came up with some really good ideas. I'm very much aim high and then
see what lands,
bring it down. And the maintenance guys turn around and say, well, you don't really need to do this because, it's quite firm ground, so you don't need to have a pathway. So let's knock that on the head. So, all right, no worries. That saves us a fair few grand. Then they said, we can we'll build you the planters. And it was just a collaboration of minds, really, that came up with this. Yeah.
And the fence is all recycled.
Fences all recycled.
On the station.
Yeah. This really is a collaboration of many, many people who have just helped.
Yeah.
So like I say, maintenance team got the fence, installed the fence, paid a little bit of money to get the posts fabricated. But we really did do this on a budget, didn't we?
It was a little tight though. I thought I should have got bigger, shouldn't I? But we
should have done.
I was trying to keep it below 10, and you just go, well, can we do this?
It's just a little story, just to demonstrate how this has kicked off before we even thought it would. On Friday, I sent you a couple of pictures on Teams, because I was here on Friday waiting for your delivery of soil. A couple of cyclists came over, and I said to them, "There's a nice little park here now because we've opened it up. Go and sit down and chill out while you're waiting for your mates." So they did, and they called their mates in, and they came in. We were having a bit of a chat with them. It turned out they were coming from all over the country to do a cycle charity ride for someone who's having an operation.
Oh, wow.
So they're doing it to raise money and all that sort of stuff for that. So I've got a nice little picture of them sitting here, enjoying the garden.
Oh, nice.
Oh, excellent. I'm the community engagement manager for GTR, yeah.
Right,
so I work for the railway
whole
company.
area,
I cover the whole of the southeast of England.
Southeast.
It's all about having a bit of fun, really.
Yeah, bringing people together.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And Coulsdon's so good for that, isn't it?
Yes, it is. We've got a strong community here.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. And gardening and being outdoors is such a lovely thing for people to come and, anyone can come along.
And one of our biggest, our corporate charity at the moment is mine. So, it's all about mental health awareness. And one of the best things to help or promote good mental health is being outdoors.
Yeah, definitely. Rain or shine. Even in the rain, you come back sometimes, you're like, well, I've been outside, and it makes you appreciate indoors and being dry a bit.
Will you have little events like when we had at the Hive, we had a really thunderous downpour, and we had to get the gazebo and the flags in, and it's a good it's a memory now of me and Wendy doing it, and these terrific, our weather is so changeable that it's going to happen. It was literally that staggering.
The money that we got to do the garden came from a fund called Your Station, Your Community Fund. And that's money that comes from the Department of Transport, and we, as a train company, hand out to lots of community organisations. Oh, nice. And as part of the monitoring for that, what we do is we use a tool called the Rail Social Value Tool. And so that gives a monetised sort of amount of social value that's created through the projects. And I'm struggling to remember the exact number that came out from this garden.
If I can remember rightly, it was like £187 for every pound that we spent on this. We're getting £187 or £189
of social value.
Wow!
Oh right, okay,
that's been calculated. I mean,
one of the interesting calculations was about access to green space, and the sort of just being the proximity to green space. So this was basically a new green space that was created, although, you know, it was here, but it just wasn't accessible. And so I had to do a calculation of how many houses within a certain area would have reasonable access to it or could make reasonable use of it. And so that was one of the key indicators within the social value tool that we use. So, but there's other elements to social value and it's the difficulty in calculating that. It's like, what is that mental health improvement? So if you have a mental health improvement, you're then not wanting necessarily to access GP surgery, or you're feeling healthier yourself so you don't access hospital. So all those sorts of additional benefits to society, that's what we're trying to put some sort of figure to it. Because then that really demonstrates, I think, to a lot of people that don't quite get the value of, you know, coming and gardening, coming and volunteering, coming and doing all these other great things for the community. If you can put a number at the bottom of it, somehow people understand a bit better, don't they? You know,
I find you don't know until you've done it almost. It's sort of like when I lived kind of more sort of central London. Well, it was more kind of like during lockdown when I started getting involved in green spaces. I was like, oh my gosh, I suddenly feel so much better. But you sort of almost didn't realise you were feeling a bit rubbish before, and then you suddenly, when you realise how much better it makes you feel, you're like, oh wow, it's like a real difference. But, and have you done other ones like around London, or like there are other ones?
There's so many. What we have is a scheme called the Station Partnership Scheme. So basically, you adopt a station. At Coulsdon South, we also have Friends of Farthingwood who do the planting on platform.
Farthing Downs.
Farthing Downs, sorry. That shows my lack of local knowledge.
That's a cartoon, isn't it?
So there's the group here, and then there'll be the Hive doing this piece of work, but then we have loads of other gardens, and it's a whole variety of things. So say for example, just down the line at Salford's, it's the local parish council, but they're doing a natural rewilding project, and they've recorded the wild flowers and wild sort of planting that, well, not planting, but all the sort of like wild plants that are there for decades. There's one woman there who is a very dedicated horticulturalist, and she goes around on pretty much a weekly inspection of the site and just looking for new plants, but they'll all be native British species. The big thing that we've done through our team is we work with Kew Gardens, and so we've done presentations at our conference about native planting, drought-resistant planting. So these are the big things at the moment. You know, you've got climate change. We want to be able to try and adapt to that. What we don't want is lots of plants that are really water intensive, require huge amounts of effort and input to keep them going, but also things like that. Although Buddleia is a bane of people's lives. So
but it is a really nice plant.
It fills a space. It's invasive. One of the things that I was told, that it's so good for all the sort of pollen and nectar collection, that insects actually become a little bit drunk on it, and they don't go and pollinate other plants because they just go, Buddleia, that's my one-stop shop of so yeah, I mean, it's a very traditional plant for the side of the railway tracks, but it's not necessarily as beneficial as you might think. So yeah, what we want to do with the garden, and what I think mine and Dean's original plan was about, you know, having wildflowers here as well as the planting, but also, you know, looking at what communities want to do in the space. Do they want to grow a bit of veg in one of the troughs? Or we have some stations where you have pick your own herb beds, and so, you know, you come back from commuting, bit of time for whatever you're cooking, and there you go. It's really nice.
For your team,
Well, I would love this to appeal to commuters. Like, so for something like that, and tomatoes or something that they could pick as well, and just make them feel, you know, a bit better coming in and out of the station. To have something like this on the doorstep, it's lovely.
Are you happy to be on the podcast? Do you want to introduce yourself as well? Just,
I'm Jill Hickson. I'm a local resident, and I'm vice chair of East Coulsdon Residents Association, and I'm an active member of the Hive Community Garden. I'm now I'm now addicted to, even though I'm not an expert at gardening, but I'm addicted to the idea of community gardens, and I'm helping out at Children Way Garden, Children Gardens, and also Tollers. Have now got their community garden back in operation up on Tollers Estate. So the more we can do in this sort of field, the better for everyone, I think, because then it's everywhere, and you can get involved in your nearest one. But then, swap ideas with the other ones. What I really want to do is apply to London Garden in Bloom for Coulsdon to be for that for next year. So that is a target that the Hive are hoping to do. So involve it, and so this will be included in that. Yeah.
Yeah, especially being kind of part of Croydon, because people often think Croydon isn't that green, it's a bit grey, there's lots of high rises, but I think we can definitely spread the work we're doing.
Just literally 5-10 minutes outside of East Croydon, you've got this.
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah.
Well, when I've looked at a map of Croydon green spaces, and from above, and there are loads of loads of them spread out.
Yeah.
You got Norwood, you got Crystal Palace Park at the top, and there are lots of green spaces, and we just need to utilise them and get people out in them.
What do you think, like, the ongoing management of spaces like this is going to look like? So the Hive are obviously going to be involved, but we constantly need more volunteers.
Yeah, we're always shouting out for volunteers. Yeah. And I think it is a matter of once people come and get involved and they have that feeling of belonging to it, that it will take off, and more people will want to be involved in it.
That movie, was it he said was it Field of Dreams? Was it if you build it, they'll come?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that is it. That is exactly it. Yeah.
Come out and enjoy it. And the beauty of this is that it isn't, this isn't the end of.
No.
This isn't the finish. This is sort of like phase one. Now it's up to the community as to how much more they want to do with it.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
And together we can make it something really, really nice, or it stays as it is and it's happy for, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
So
no, I love the idea of cyclists using it as well.
Yeah,
we've got your local ramblers as well.
Yeah, and the ramblers to have a meeting place. Yeah, and my colleague John Jeffkins, he's chair of Vanguard Way, so that is a walk that goes all the way the Downs, and it involves the stations. So he's actually got pictures of the Vanguard Way in some of the stations. That he is promoting, so that people come to a station, get somewhere, and then walk from there, and then sometimes circular walk or whatever, or another station, and then come back to where they started from. So all of that is good to get involved with as well. Yeah.
So is there going to be like a WhatsApp group, do we reckon? Like, how are we going to? Like, obviously the purpose of today is to get more sign-ups, more volunteers, but.
Yeah,
in terms of
thought that far ahead, to be honest.
I don't know. I don't.
We love a WhatsApp group.
We do love a WhatsApp group. We have got a little one that we got Gemma, who's doing the travelling gardener. I don't know, because she'll be moving on to other projects, so she might want to drop out of it. But we can sort of add to the local people that want to get involved onto that. And and take it from there. Yeah. And if you guys want to be on it, I've got the picture I want to show you. I couldn't find the email link that maybe I wasn't on it. Of the bike, the penny farthing bike that's been donated by one of my neighbours.
Oh, wow.
We're starting an art exhibition area over here.
Charlie's Square.
Charlie's Filial.
That's it, Charlie's Filial. I've renamed it as Charlie's Pole now, it's easier to say. But then we've also, they're trying to find a place for this penny farthing that's got the plant pots on it.
Oh, okay.
So if we can get it secure, we can put it there.
Yeah.
And then if anyone else has got, artwork, they want to bring it in.
There's a station at Denmark Hill, and they have loads of like kinetic sort of active art, sort of clockwork things and waterwork things, and so they really renowned for that odd artwork that they put into their station.
Were you involved in the Camberwell one at all, or is that something local residents?
I'm trying to think. There's another vineyard at one of the other gardens that we have.
Oh wow.
And my colleague's been involved with that, but I know that there's also at some stations there's they've put hops up the side of the building as well. So they do beers, and there's groups that do sort of community fruit and veg collection from people's gardens. So people tend to have apple trees and never use the fruit.
Yeah, we've got
so there's lots of groups like that will come around and utilise what's been produced from the gardens. So yeah, there's lots of gardens around the network where they're either producing vegetables, a lot of soft fruit, but yeah, it's good when they do the hops and vines as well. So
Come and enjoy, because life's too short, really and truly.
And London, wow, what an amazing city.
So, greener,
healthier,
And wilder.